What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're taking a look at Ubisoft's The Crew Motorfest here on the Steam Deck. And for now, it's only going to be Windows 11 because currently the game's not launching on SteamOS, at least time of making and uploading this video. If it does start working on SteamOS, I'll do an updated video for that as well. Currently, you can use GeForce Now Cloud Streaming to play on SteamOS, which we may cover here in the near future if you do want to jump in and play there. But let's go ahead and check out the performance here on Windows for Steam Deck. Now, we are running with Ubisoft Plus here with the subscription, and as far as my controller emulation for this, I'm using Handheld Companion, which I always do, and there's a video on the channel how to set that up and get it going if you're interested. I use that for all my controller stuff, or anything that isn't Steam, because Steam will handle the controller, but all the other launchers you do need something like Handheld Companion. So let's go ahead and get in here now. I'm also set to the 4 gigabytes of RAM in BIOS, and as far as settings here, we're 720p, borderless, 100% on our render scale. TAA, VSync is on because tearing was pretty rough, and we're not going at high frame rates anyways here. Frame lock is at 60. You can either do 30 or 60, but there isn't anything above that. As far as our other settings, we're low for everything here to start with, though we're going to go into medium as well. And then depth of field and motion blur are off, ambient occlusion and screen space reflections are off. I have to keep those off during the video because as soon as I activate them, we do dip down into the 20s, but we are able to do low or medium here. So getting into what would be the open world. So kind of like Forza Horizon's open world, we got to see other players and drive to your next event, and that type of thing is what's going on here. And on the low settings, performance often stays up into the 40s. You may dip down into the 30s, but frame times are pretty good, and I was actually surprised at how decent it does run. Ubisoft's not always known for great optimization, and the game isn't necessarily optimized great because Forza Horizon runs much better as far as that, but it does run decently. And switching over to medium from low here with the other settings staying the same, we do drop some FPS, but it's not too bad. So sitting still here, you'll see 37, 38 FPS right in this spot. If we switch over, same exact load, same time of day, but shadows are completely different, lighting's different on low. We do bump up to about 42, 41, so 3 or 4 FPS more depending. Back over to medium here will be our 37 or 38. And most of the time when you're driving and playing the game, it's not enough of a difference to really change things and make me want to go to low. I think the game looks better with those medium settings, and I always stay 31 FPS or above this way, at least so far in all of my testing, which has been great. But if you do want more FPS, low does offer that, or of course you could bring your render scale down. But being at 720p already on the deck screen, I just found that I didn't really like the image quality by doing that, so I'd rather just either go low or medium here. But yeah, performance for medium in the open world stayed pretty good. You know, 5, 7 FPS lower than the low setting typically, but it was pretty consistent no matter what area I would drive around here during the day or nighttime or in dusk or different areas of the map. It was fairly consistent, which is a good thing. At least I can say that for the performance. And jumping into some actual events where we've gone in, we're not in the open world anymore, and there's a bunch of other cars and things happening here. It's more closed off, and performance here for medium stays pretty good as well. Just like the open world, I'm 31 FPS or above, and the game looks pretty decent here at 720, especially on the smaller screen when playing with medium settings here. So it's really not too bad at all, and I played a lot of different events with similar performance. Going over to low here in the same exact race, we do gain a few FPS, and if you're wanting to bump more up into the high 30s and up into those 40s, then those low settings instead of medium are more likely what you're going to want to go with. But for me, most of the time I was happy to stick with medium for the way the game looked. It all depends on what you want to gain out of it. And switching back over to medium here, you'll see lose some of that FPS, but again, frame time stayed pretty good. Game looks a little bit better, still running really good here. And this is all with out-of-date GPU drivers because nothing has really been updated since March. So again, that's another reason I was pretty surprised that the game was running decently here. And I ran other events and matches, and for the most part, this is medium in the 40s oftentimes in this race too. So all in all, running really good and surprised me here on the Steam Deck for Windows 11. Again, especially since we haven't had a GPU driver update in a long time from Valve, which I know they don't have a lot of incentive to do, but I would like to see them give us some more updated drivers soon to kind of help us out. But hey, some games are still running pretty decent, including the Crew Motorfest here, so I was happy to see that. If this game starts working on SteamOS, I'll do that video as well. Otherwise, it'll be cloud. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.